What up? You already know this is Punch Drunk Boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine himself. Hey, yo, props and credit to Jaron Boots and his family, Terence Bud Crawford family. Shout out to Bud Crawford's father, Bud Crawford's mother, Boots and his father coming together, very respectable. And you know, at the end of the day, this is a gentleman's sport. I know when we want to see two fighters fight and we present a matchup to the powers that be that give us that type of matchup, right? A Jaron Boots Ennis versus Terence Bud Crawford, I think, is a great matchup. But sometimes we like to force this divide when it really don't have to be a divide. All these fighters truly don't hate each other and stuff like that. And sometimes, you know, fans will make camps hate one another because, of course, social media, you know, boxing content creators or independent media will write something to offend the other one, and then, you know, they got to answer to these questions and things of that nature. At the end of the day, man, we already know that Jaron Boots Ennis is a very respectful man and fighter. You know what I'm saying? He's go to church on Sundays. He stays in the gym. He's a good young man. His father is a exceptional trainer, doing a wonderful job in Philadelphia. You feel me? With the Andy Cruz of the world as well, with the Stephen Fulton of the world as well. Terence Bud Crawford, you already know, was a future Hall of Famer, 3-division world champion, 2-division undisputed. Going to be going up against Matchroom tonight to capture the 4-division world title list. You know what I'm saying? Just stacking up and enhancing his legacy. And we hope that Jaron Boots Ennis, you know, following those type of footsteps or exceed Terence Bud Crawford. If y'all been following the channel for quite some time, I think I was the first one that was talking about Jaron Boots Ennis in the YTBC and the YouTube boxing community. Was interviewing early in his career. A lot of people didn't know who he was, but if you follow the amateur, especially on the East Coast, you know exactly who he was. You know, the battles he had with Gary Antoine Russell and things of that nature. I said years ago, 5 years ago, when I started my channel, that Jaron Boots Ennis he has the attributes and the layers and the wrinkles to become the second coming of Roy Jones Jr. You feel me? I do believe that he got those skills. You know, there's been a couple of hiccups with his promotional companies that really hinder the momentum. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that Jaron Boots Ennis is needing right now, is momentum and staying busy. And I think that he's going to get there. I do believe that he could become a 4-division world champion. And if he got some time, he could become a 5. I could see it. Like, if everything plays out the way that it should, I could see him accomplishing, you know, close to the things that Terence Bud Crawford has accomplished and still accomplishing, you know. But this is respectable to see. And I think that if we, as the boxing community, us boxing content creators, I think if you're a boxing fan, you got the eye for boxing, you know that Terence Bud Crawford is the goods, and you know that that Boots Ennis is the goods as well in terms of skill set. So I think this is the type of fight that we don't got to create this type of hate. We don't got to create this type of divide. You feel me? You know, great fights can happen when both of these guys mutually respect each other. They don't got to go back and forth. Even, look, Miguel Cotto and Floyd Mayweather, highly respectable towards each other, and it was a great fight. You know, there's a lot of great fights in the history of the sport of boxing. Shane Mosley and Oscar De La Hoya was friends, right? And it was still a great fight. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that Boots Ennis and Terence Bud Crawford are friends or things of that nature, but we don't gotta create stories and create lines for this to be like almost like a Jay-Z and Nas feel. Almost like if you like Nas, you can't like Jay. If you like Jay-Z, you can't like Nas. If you like Pac, you can't like Biggie. You know, like back in the day, like, we don't got to be so tribal and divided. I think that you could be a fan of Terence Bud Crawford and you could be fans of Jaron Boots Ennis. You don't want to have a divine mindset and things of that nature. Ain't nobody's, look, Terence Bud Crawford ain't scared of no Jaron Boots Ennis and vice versa. You know, Terence Bud Crawford is just in a different, I can understand why Terence Bud Crawford don't want to fight or doesn't feel the need to fight Jaron Boots Ennis, because at this point Jaron Boots Ennis haven't accomplished any titles really. Yes, he got the IBF world title, but he hasn't beaten the champion. You know, Bud Crawford beat Earl the True Spence to become a welterweight undisputed world champion. And yes, you wanted him to defend it, but let's not forget he was also hooked on a rematch clause with Earl Spence, and he still wants to enhance his legacy, and he has the opportunity to enhance his legacy as well. And even though around that time, look, Jaron Ennis, his former manager died, Cameron Duncan, so his business wasn't all that straight as well. You know what I'm saying? Both of these guys was trying to find themselves in terms of their business and whatever is written on their contract. You feel me? So I think it was tough for them to even, well, who they were going to negotiate, right? It was all over the place. You feel me? That's why Jaron Ennis have signed recently with Eddie Hearn and Matchroom Boxing. So he got his business straight. Terence Crawford look like he's doing a wonderful job with his business with Turkey Alashiki. And I think there's gonna be more to come. He's in look, in all actuality, I'm not even a fan of the fantasy fight of Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez, because of course it's not about that, you know. Terence Crawford got skills and stuff like that, but Canelo Alvarez is in the 168-pound division. In the 168-pound division, that would be Bud Crawford moving up 3 division up. We already seen Canelo Alvarez versus the undisputed 154-pounder in Jamel Charlo. We saw how that go. So why would I want to see Canelo Alvarez with a smaller fighter? You know what I'm saying? I think there's a lot of great fights for Terence Crawford, including a possible matchup with Boots. I believe that Boots should move up to the 154-pound division. I do think that that the welterweight division right now was a ghost town. I think that he should be moving up, in my opinion. I think there's a lot of fights for him at 154. But, you know, the primary reason for the video is I think that we don't have to create this animosity. Like, you could like Shakur Stevenson and like Gervonta Tank Davis and just ask for the fight. You feel me? You know, you could like Teofimo Lopez and you could like Devin Haney and ask for the fight. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to, you know, Juan Francisco Estrada and Bam Rodriguez respect each other. You know what I'm saying? And it was still a great fight. Creating animosity, that doesn't mean we're going to get a great fight by creating these hate. And then, you know what I'm saying? I think that we win if we get the fight. We're winning right now watching Terence Crawford elevate his career. And we're going to be winning as fans while seeing Jaron Ennis styling and profiling and showing us, you know, what's those special type of attributes of showmanship that we haven't had in the sport of boxing, right? So, shout out to Mama Crawford, Papa Crawford, Jaron and his family and his brother and stuff like that. Let's see what's gonna transpire tonight. We're gonna see maybe if Bud Crawford does struggle, right? A lot of people may not be talking about Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez. They're probably really gonna be talking about Jaron Ennis and Crawford. You know what I'm saying? That will be more reality if Terence Crawford does struggle with Matchroom. Let's see what transpires. This is Punch Drunk Boxing. Subscribe to the channel, smash the like button. Love you, God bless, and on to the next.